How's it going, everybody? It's Patrick and Brett from Unsigned Pop Punk. Today, we're going to be reading your responses to our questions across the social media verse. Today, we're going back. This is part two. We're going back to that age-old question. Have you ever misheard lyrics so badly that it changed the meaning of the song to you? Let's get into it. This next one comes from Twitter, and it's from Just the Eller. I always thought the lyrics were "Let It End for You" by Senses Fail, even though the album is called "Let It Unfold You." Not my best work.
I love the subtext at the end.
Yeah.
Not my best work.
I never had that problem because
Right.
clearly the album's called "Let It Unfold You." So
Right.
and this one, I never had that issue for this one. But I mean, I definitely know that, the way Buddy sings, it's very easy to kind of mishear what he
Right.
says. So
Can I also add too? That's the name of the song
yes,
as well as the album.
yeah, clearly.
And to be fair too, right? I mean, that record is, it does dive into a lot of stuff dealing with like depression and self-reflection and all that. So I could understand how like that line would make sense in the context of the song if the song and the album wasn't called "Let It Unfold You."
You know what
But-
though? Let's bring it back for 1 second, because you're even saying that, like, that album's talking about self-reflection, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the album did its job, right? For Just the Eller, because he got to self-reflect and go, "It's not my best work," but
Nope.
he's still out there trying, still
Right.
out there. So
Right.
the album did its job.
I agree. And to go along with your point too, like it kind of what I was saying about Trent Reznor as well too. The way that Buddy sings, he has that kind of slurred presentation of his vocals, where again, even his clean lyrics sometimes are not easily heard until you like read the lyrics. So,
Right.
I get it. If I had to guess, Just the Other probably had a burned copy of this CD with no track listing, and maybe it probably didn't even have the album title written on it. Probably just said it was probably like the advanced copy that leaked like an album like a year before.
Yeah,
the
he got
album
it off of
actually came out.
Napster.
Yeah, dude, I had this. I'm a bad boy. I had this record almost a year before it came out because
Same.
the unmastered copy leaked on like the old like IRC channels and stuff.
Yeah. Mhm.
And he probably had a burned copy that just said "New Senses Fail" on it, no tracks, no data on the CD. So yeah, okay. Well,
You know what? Just
benefit of the doubt.
Just
There it
Yeller,
is.
we got your back, bud. We got your back.
We got you. We get it.
Yeah.
We get it.
You're good.
All right. So this next one comes from our Discord. I don't know if this counts, but there used to be those misheard lyrics videos on YouTube. Those were fantastic, by the way. And in the one for "Smells Like Teen Spirit," they say, "Here we are now in the tato." I'm guessing like a potato.
Yeah.
And now I can never unhear that. I just picture Kurt stuck in a baked potato, and the whole song is him trying to escape before he's cooked. There is so much to unpack there.
It's that. First off, that's absolutely hilarious, and also, let's be honest, Kurt Cobain, he is like king slur lyrics.
Yes.
No one knows what the fuck Nirvana is saying.
No.
And it's like, it is so inconspicuous. I don't even know if Kurt knew what he was saying.
I don't think so.
I'm sure he did. I have his poetry book, but
yeah. but I know. I mean, Kurt is a very, very easily misunderstood singer.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember their song Tourette's, where it's literally just him just screaming syllables, and I don't even think they're words. It's just nonsense. It sounds like he's got rabies or something.
I don't even know what the actual lyric is. So sorry to like cut you, but like here we are now.
Entertain us.
Oh yeah, entertain us. That's right.
Yep.
Entertain.
Yep. This kind of goes along with something that you and I, Pat, I kind of brought up to you right before we did this video when I reminded you to tell me to bring up Weird Al and Misheard lyrics.
Oh yeah.
Um, this one, this one kind of reminded me of that because as a kid who grew up on Weird Al, right? This wasn't so much changing well, obviously Weird Al changed the lyrics, but changing like this, like the actual song or like the general like vibe of the song. There were some songs that I had heard on Weird Al records, like his parody songs that I had heard before I had heard the actual song.
Hmm.
And there were so many times where I would go and then like listen to the actual song and want to be singing the Weird Al lyrics, right?
It
Like
happens, yeah.
Amish Paradise and Gump are the two
Dude.
biggest ones. That like Gump is a big one
Oh
because
yeah.
like that my first Weird Al record that I had was Bad Hair Day, and there
Yeah,
were so many
such a good
parodies on
one.
there, so many parodies on there that I had heard before like the original. And even like his like polka medley where he's literally just doing polka versions of like modern
Yeah.
songs. Like that was the first time I think I'd ever heard Sex Type Thing from Stone Temple Pilots, Basket Case by Green Day,
Hmm.
and then going and hearing those original songs for the first time for a very long time threw me for a loop because I'd heard them from Weird Al first. So bit of a sidetrack, I understand, but it kind of relates to what we're talking about, right? Like
Right.
it definitely changed those songs for me at first. Now it's not the same now. Like I mean, we're okay now. I don't hear Weird Al every time Gangsta's Paradise comes on, even though sometimes I still do. But
I can
anyway,
Amish Paradise, I can still probably sing at least a good part of the first, like the song.
yep, same. They also said also one time a group of us was listening to Jumpin' Jumpin' by Destiny's Child, real bop. And my friend thought they said the club is full of ballers and their cocks are full grown. So now that's seared in my head.
I don't know what the actual lyric is, but I know it's not that. But you know what? Like, this would make sense. Like, it makes sense. Now, like, Destiny's Child was probably, like, pretty PG as, like, boy girl bands went, you know?
Right.
Because none of them are actually PG. Almost all their songs are about, like, fucking and stuff like that.
Right.
But, like, when you're thinking of being in the club, you know, that was back during the grinding days, so this would make sense, Yeah, there's
Right.
clubs full of ballers, they're
Cocks are full
grinding
grown.
on peeps, and their cocks are full grown. It
Okay, but
makes
I think
sense.
I'm pretty sure the actual lyric is the club is full of ballers and they're jumping. I think that's the lyric. I want to say that's the lyric.
Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of ballers, and their pockets are full grown. Dude,
Oh, okay, okay.
I can totally understand how you'd mishear that. I can totally get it. And
Okay, yeah,
honestly, I also support cocks are full grown as
me too.
the lyric alternative.
That that was also like the era of like when there was like an edited version of like a
Hmm.
song.
Hmm.
They would like they would so many times throw in like funky sound effects over it.
Right.
I remember Kid Rock was infamous for that, and I could just hear like the radio edit of this and the
Yeah, it's
little
like yeah,
like a little bike horn,
the reverse of it. So it's like in there.
right? Song.
This next one comes from Instagram from Dinnersworth. This ain't a scene, it's an arms race from Fall Out Boy. The chorus, they thought it was I'm an evil man, I'm oh so evil, also into cats, also into cats is all I ever sang. I love that.
I know that he's not the only one that's heard that because I've definitely heard like people I know like friends of mine like have sang it that way jokingly before too. If I'm not mistaken, it's I'm an evil man, and the words I weave are oh so intricate. I
Yeah.
think that's the lyric.
It's I'm a leading man, and the
Yep,
lies I weave are oh so intricate.
that's it. Yeah, but also into cats.
Yeah. And the lies I weave are also in the cats, also in the cats. Do 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 do.
This was actually, you know, going back to the previous comment about like the misheard lyrics videos on YouTube. I remember there was an absolutely hilarious one done for this song, and maybe that's where it originated from. I don't know, but I remember because like like Patrick Stump's lyrics on this one like were very Patrick Stump. You know,
Yeah.
like they were a little
Vocals, not lyrics.
yes, right. The
Vocals.
vocals were very
Pete
Patrick
Wentz
Stump.
was
Pete
vocals
Wentz was
or
yes.
was lyrics. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, but again, like the way he's saying it, like again, he just has that like that slur to his singing where
Oh
it
yeah,
makes it difficult to understand.
dude. I've misheard probably every song of
Oh
Fall
yeah.
Out Boy.
I'm I'm still pretty sure that our backing vocalist doesn't sing the correct lyrics to the little the last chorus of Sugar We're Going Down, the little backing vocal behind like the main vocal. I don't think any of us have ever sang that part correctly.
Yeah.
Like
And I don't think you ever should. I think you
I
should
don't
always
think we
just kind
need
of
to.
make it up
Right.
because
Right.
that's kind of just that really is the vibe of that song. It
Right.
really fits it.
Right. Again, that was kind of the thing of that era too, was like didn't always understand necessarily what they were saying until like you read the lyrics and you're like,
Hmm.
really? That's it? It's not cats? This next one comes from Spike on Discord. Not exactly unheard or pop punk, but I always thought Chelsea Grin's Krukabanger, am I
Yeah.
saying that correctly?
Good.
Had philosophical lyrics for having such passionate screams and great deep guitar melodies. So I finally decided to look up the lyrics just to be utterly disappointed that he was just screaming about, I'm assuming, his ex and her lady parts. I mean,
That was also the time. That was also the
right.
time. That was the
Mhm.
time with like the fucking big shirts, big font, saying the
Yep.
most fucked up things
Yep.
that you can't wear now for
No.
sure anywhere.
No. No. Yeah, my frame of reference on this is pretty minimal. I don't think I've ever really listened to Chelsea Grin,
Same.
but I get it.
I
I
get
get
it.
it because again, that was that era where like, yeah,
So,
there was
sorry.
a lot. There was a lot of that.
Sorry. Sorry to disappoint, but I get it, Spike. I get it.
We're here. We're here for you.
This next one comes from Assumption Jaded on Reddit. On the Church's song Tether, for years I've heard it as I feel incapable of seeing the end. I feel incapable of saying it's over. I think it's actually feeling capable of. Sources vary, but very different meanings to those two lyrics. This is one of the most serious and like no, just normal like misheard, not funny in any
Right.
capacity, just like no, I think I think I have said a word wrong, and I apologize.
And I actually know this record very well because
Okay.
I got into this record when it came out. But it looks like the lyric is, "Yeah, I'm feeling capable of seeing the end." So yeah, you were right. But I could see that though. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it is a very deep record too. Good record.
So
If you haven't checked it out, do yourself a favor. It's only I think the record's only like 12 years old at this point now.
yeah.
But
But
it's a great album.
and yeah, for sure though that would change it. You know, feeling capable of compared to I feel incapable of. You know, it's
Right.
like clearly changes it
It
100%.
does. Well, it just goes to show just like that little bit because really when you read the two lines next to each other, they sound very similar, but
Mm-hmm.
just that slight little shift in the wordage,
Mm-hmm.
the verbiage, if you will,
The
um,
verbiage.
the verbiage, it does, yeah, it shifts the meaning.
Yeah.
You know, I get that, and I feel like we can, yeah, we can all relate to that too, because like those small little things, like we may hear the lyric like damn close to what it is, but just like the slight variation of what it actually is can change the meaning relatively drastically. This one comes from Instagram. The Ricky Zero says, in the song "Whip It" by Devo, I thought I thought the chorus had the line "Tattoo Detective." I had been playing a cover of the song for years before being asked what are you singing? When I told them, I was informed the line was actually try to detect it. For years, I thought the song was about a rocker detective with tattoos. To be fair, I mean, it's a classic song and Devo fucking rocks,
Yeah.
but that would have made the song so much more cool than it already is.
Yeah. Tattoo detective.
Tattoo detective.
Now I feel like I have to listen through all of these songs
Right.
just to try to hear it. And I think all of you watching should do that immediately after.
Yes. Blast some Devo for the neighbors. They will appreciate it. Trust me.
They probably will. They might.
I'm actually seeing Devo later this year. I'm excited for that.
Wow, that is
Opening,
exciting.
they're opening for My Chemical Romance. So I will make sure to learn this lyric and yell that back to them while they're singing it.
Learn the misheard lyric.
Learn the misheard lyric just for you, just for the Ricky Zero. I'm gonna do that.
I hope you do.
I will promise.
All right, and that's all we got for you. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. You know, we got more of these coming, so stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.